what it was. Y'all know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And I'm afraid it's time to take another dose of this cosmic insight, y'all. And I say that like that. And I'm looking like this because this right here, this gonna be a little something about those people that have Pluto in the 6th house of their natal chart. And before I even get to that astral part, what I'm gonna do first is, like I always do, is I'm gonna bring you a little bit about Pluto in astrology. And then I'm gonna give a little breakdown on what the 6th house is of the astrological chart. So I guess it's time to get on the grind, huh? So in astrology, Pluto is kind of like what we call the great revealer. And as I always tell y'all, wherever it shows up, there's always going to be a very dark night before the dawn. Pluto's about power, magnetism, depth, death, sex, transformation, domination, rebirth. Pluto resides in the primordial ooze of your character. And it brings mind-purging regeneration by releasing buried power from core truths. Pluto, for me, is the planet of creative destruction. In your birth chart, Pluto shows the areas of life you'll personally face the intense power of creation through destruction. It's the vessel through little compressed pockets of magic, spirit, and volatile primal energy kind of lie in wait to be activated either by self-provocation or outside traumatic events. And it's kind of because of that Pluto's power is often so feared. But the thing is, wherever Pluto is in your chart, it can put you in a showdown between your greatest fears of being destroyed and the pursuits of whatever your heart desires the most, your obsessions or compulsions. Things like such. And Pluto wants transformation. And, even if your ego tries to hold on to its defenses, Pluto's going to force it to let go and surrender. Pluto's about power, and it can show you how to get in touch with your own personal power. And might even show you how to take someone else's. So what's the 6th house? The 6th house is ruled by Mercury and the sign of Virgo, and it's all about our health. Service to others, day-to-day routines, our work ethic and style. The 6th relates to discipleship and mastery and perfection, alongside the ability to overcome obstacles and actually produce the fruits of our achievements. Planets in this house either manifest as blessings or challenges to your well-being and health, or indications of your profession in reference to others. The 6th can also be about enemies. The 6th can be, it's about, like I said, your work ethic. It's about how you can be of best service. The 6th is, man, it's kind of crucial, man. It's about your health, most of all. So, what about people that have Pluto in the 6th house? Well, the first thing I want to say about these motherfuckers is, they are the quintessential perfectionists, and they are intensely dedicated to achieving the absolute best results in all that they decide to focus on. And, speaking of which, Pluto here gives an individual a laser focus that's going to finish all that they have to do with. You know what I'm saying? And in a consistency with passion and intensity that's completely fucking unrivaled, man. It's unrivaled. So, it's probably even going to put in some overtime after that. That's how cold it is in that aspect. So, to put it more simply, these people are usually hardcore fucking workaholics, man. And they just don't know how to fucking quit. They want to feel challenged. They want to come face to face with problems that require deep answers and then dissect that shit with cold precision and seamless efficiency for real. The energy they're filled with is that of combative spirit and endless curiosity when Mercury and Pluto kind of come together in one's character, in the ether of one's character, in the primordial ooze of one's character. They're definitely, the one you want to holler at if you have an issue that requires a lot of analysis and attention to details. But contrary to other sixth house of Virgo placements, these folks have a deep inherent fear of being criticized and having their ideas contradicted by, you know what I'm saying, by society. And that fear of that is somewhat crippling, you know, for them a lot of the time. And, you know what I'm saying, this is also the quintessential fucking worry wart placement too, because they're always speculating on what detail that they somehow missed. So it can be a motherfucker when you allow yourself to get caught up in that type of thing. You know, sixth house Pluto natives, they could have, you know, digestive problems. They could go through disease. But the thing is with Pluto here, one thing you don't have to worry about is it's not going to kill you. Not the Plutonian stuff. Not here in the sixth. It's going to empower you. This is where you see cancer survivors. This is where you see people that just don't quit. You know what I'm saying? That also goes along with people that have shit like Saturn in the 8th house and things like that. Like, they ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere, but that's a whole nother bag. And also, you know, 6th house Pluto natives are set on choosing the path of humility, thoughtfulness, generosity, and self-improvement, which is done through introspection and searching inside themselves for the little fucked up details that they know are there, and then make small little incremental changes that will eventually lead to a complete transformation in due time. And they want a perfect transformation. And, you know, being too harsh on themselves and others too is always going to be detrimental to their transformation process. So it's fairly difficult to deal with too. They care too motherfucking much about the balance between their interactions with society, with the social sphere or society as a whole, and their own equilibrium of aspirations and obsessions. Which is kind of why they do a lot better as independent contractors, freelancers, and entrepreneurs themselves. You know, because they don't deal well with motherfuckers shouting orders at them or, you know what I'm saying, putting that proverbial whip to their motherfucking backs. And not only that, you know what I'm saying, they also tend to procrastinate and get stuck all the motherfucking time and become bored with Pluto here by the routine of their own responsibilities. So that's just a difficult issue that they have to deal with, that paradox here. And I don't have this placement, so I can only imagine how hard that can be. And on the flip side, you know, it's really hard being a motherfucking Pluto in this sixth person. And it's fucking even harder to deal with one or even try to get to know one at that. They're very fucking uptight, man. And they don't take any time for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they find some kind of work to do and implicate themselves in countless activities and, you know what I'm saying, work overtime, whatever it takes to distract them from themselves. And that's, like I said, that's another hard part of this. And they're kind of lonely people because of that same shit. Not to mention, you know, sometimes they exaggerate and take interest to the extreme just to motivate their own lack of self-interest. Yeah, it's a trip. And to be honest, what they do best is help other motherfuckers with their problems and be of service like that, because they're so motherfucking observant. And, you know what I'm saying, when they see some shit that ain't right, they're able to reconstitute, and, you know what I'm saying, they're experts at putting shit back to its most efficient state. And while it may seem like they're performing magic and shit, you know, to a lot of us, it's really just them using their logic and straight up thoroughness and consistency. And, you know, that attention to details, as with any Virgo with sixth house placement, is always a game changer in their lives. It really is. And my only advice for people that do have this placement, it's going to be centered around that little constant nitpicking shit that y'all be doing to other people just because you want to keep them off balance, because you don't want them to be able to take the time to see what the fuck you really got going on and start criticizing you. So that's a little thing that y'all do, is y'all always picking at people. Y'all always trying to press their buttons and always criticizing them because you're doing it it's not because, you know, you're just that crucial like that. You're doing it because you're scared. You're keeping them off balance so they can't come at you. And that ain't right, man. What you need to do is take a look in the mirror and address your own flaws, man. For real. For real. And you see, I'm being health conscious, man. This is for y'all sixth house people, man. And just remember that no matter any of these negative traits that are involved, just because you build like that, it don't mean you have to build like that. You can leave the bullshit alone. You really can. You really can. And it's really up to you what you do with any of this energy, because they're all available to you. But look, I appreciate all the love and support. There's been some priceless knowledge of self. If y'all fucking with me at all, man, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash that bell icon if you haven't already, so you can get notifications when I drop shit on 5 days a fucking week. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't subscribed yet and you watching this, you out of line, because you see I'm cool, man, and I'm on point. So, hey, subscribe to this motherfucker. Help me get out there and help other people. If you're interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com, or you can hit me up in the comments below, man. And, hey, man, y'all be safe out here, man. I know it's a lot of y'all still thinking this shit ain't fake, man. This shit is real. This shit is real. And your life is sacred. Protect it. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. And, you know, with this 6th house energy, you know, just remember, I can't get a motherfucking splinter out of your eye when I got a log in my own eye. Okay? I appreciate all the love and support, man. I will be back tomorrow to give y'all a little information on this motherfucking full moon in Leo that's on my ass. And then, who knows after that, man? Who knows after that? Y'all have